Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Weekly Nerd Podcast. What happened to... Oh, it's up there. Welcome. Tonight, you're going to notice, we're going to tell you right up off the top, this is going to be a shorter episode than normal. And the reason for that is, head over to our Facebook Live, because we're going to have a burger tasting challenge at the end of this for our 50th episode. By the by, 50th episode was it's season 2.
Congratulations, congratulations.
This is episode 5 of season 2.
5 of season 2.
Episode 5 of season 2.
Episode 50 overall.
Whoever thought we'd make it this far, I sure didn't. Almost a full year's worth of podcasts. So if you haven't listened to them all, don't go back and listen to them because you'll regret it.
Can you believe that we have almost 40,000 plays?
That is
Facebook.
so awesome.
40,000 plays
so
for
awesome.
Facebook.
You guys are the best. For those of you that are on Facebook, for those of you that are listen to us on iTunes or Spotify or wherever,
iHeartRadio,
you guys are the best. You allow us to do this. I mean, we do this even if you weren't listening because we just enjoy hearing
ourselves. For a while, I think we were just talking to ourselves.
But so this is going to be a shorter podcast, just listening podcast. But head on over to our Facebook page, The Weekly Nerd, and watch us afterward. We're going to eat some hamburgers. It's going to be a good time. Maddie's going to be here helping us out with that, and we'll explain that in the live Facebook chat or Facebook video when we get to that point. But as for the actual podcast,
well, how about introduce yourself first?
We totally forgot that. I'm Sam. Who we got over here?
I'm David.
And Tony Kaz.
And just so that you guys are aware, I think we mentioned it 2 weeks ago because unfortunately we couldn't be with you last week because the weather here was not good, and so
it's horrible.
We had to go home and stuff like that. Zach is no longer with us because he's no longer at the school. He didn't get dismissed from the school or anything like that. He's just finishing up online, so he's not around. So what you're going to hear is more guests filtered through and stuff like that. It's just going to be the three of us tonight.
Big shout out to Phil Better
last week's show. He was great. We'll have him on again. But so you'll hear a few more guests and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about what we were going to talk about last week. Which, of course, is the Punisher. But before we hit that, because that's going to be the main crux, we are all football fans. We all watched the Super Bowl.
Unfortunately.
Which was a terrible game. That's not what we're talking about, but it was a terrible game. The Patriots won, which helped somebody like Tony, who is a Patriots fan. But you got to admit, the game itself was terrible.
As a Patriots fan, I felt that it was a cheese, it was a cheese ball game. But the whole thing of it for me was like, you know what? It's a momentous occasion where six wins, man. That's very, very momentous. One team in history has ever done that.
Well, and not the way that the Patriots have done it. In a league that is made to destroy dynasties with salary caps and stuff like that. So you cannot be good consistently forever. The Patriots have been good for 20 years. And even the 1 year that Brady was hurt the entire year, they still won 11 games with a quarterback who then went on to do absolutely nothing with the rest of his career. But the thing we're talking about from the Super Bowl, of course, is the 30-second TV spot, not the Captain Marvel one, which was boring, but the Endgame one, which we all knew was coming.
Yeah. And
so we're not going to spend a ton of time on it, a few minutes, but just what did you think of it? Did this TV spot make you want to see, I don't know if we could ever want to see it more, but did it make you, keep you interested, keep you going, or did it kind of diminish? You know what I'm saying? We'll start with you, Drucker.
I thought it was the perfect TV spot. I'm happy that so far with their marketing they haven't shown much of the movie. Now, we do think maybe we saw past the 15-minute mark.
Yes, I agree.
What Feige said. I do think we've seen a little past that with both of the trailers now, but I'm also happy that even if we've seen that, we haven't seen any action sequences. We haven't seen any plot. I really like that. And I think more trailers and more marketing should be done that way, so you go into a movie not knowing much about what's going to happen, and you could really be surprised.
I loved it personally. There's some. I've already watched like 5 or 6 different breakdowns and stuff of it to see what did I miss. What did other people? It's great. Yeah. There's some cool stuff in it. I really liked it. I actually missed it because I figured it was going to be later on in the Super Bowl. It was the first thing, and I wasn't watching at that point. Like we had the Super Bowl on at my house, but I was busy getting the food that I was eating. And so I actually missed it, so I had to wait, and then I watched it on YouTube like 5 minutes later.
Right.
But it was great. I loved it. I love seeing Cap. He's totally gonna die. I loved seeing
this movie is definitely more Cap centric
Which I think it should be. You had the first one being Iron Man centric.
Right.
This
and
one's
this
Cap
is also
centric.
the Russo's last Marvel movie, and their first one was with Captain America with Winter Soldier. So this is kind of the end of their Captain America trilogy as well. So I think you're going to see a fitting end to his character.
So I loved it. Tony?
I'm gonna probably be the only one that said it was just boring to me. But
is it because it had Citi Field in it?
Oh, that was disgusting.
There's two reasons for that. First off, Cap would be a Mets fan because he was a Brooklyn Dodgers fan. So he would be a Mets fan, so that makes sense. But then secondly, is that me? I don't think so.
No, that's probably me.
Okay. And then secondly, because Citi Field gave the most money for marketing.
Yeah. No, it's not the fact of Citi Field. I just thought it was like the whole basis of the trailer was just that we are going to avenge. And
which is the Avengers.
Yeah, which is the Avengers.
I loved the line, some people move on.
Yeah.
We cannot, or we
not
us. Not us.
Yeah, not us.
Yes, that's it. Which I think that's Cap that's speaking.
And I think that's gonna be him speaking to the meeting.
The support group? He's at an AA meeting for disappeared people.
Yeah, he's at an AA meeting for superheroes.
I don't understand why that starts. Like it did raise that question. I'm like, why is Cap at this meeting? Like, which appears it's just going to be with a bunch of normal people.
I think one thing the trailer not really gave away, but it did hint that it's quite a bit of a time jump.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's going to be a year, 2 years, but it looks like some time has passed and the world has kind of moved on a little bit, but
not
still,
totally.
Not totally.
You see them; it looks like they're camped out around the Statue of Liberty.
Right. Well, like the one scene when they show him, when they show Cap in the meeting, they have the poster on about what do you do now. Like, it looks like some time has passed.
You see, not Cap. Black Widow's hair is longer because it can be put into the ponytail. That is her shooting the target. When you watch it in full speed, you can't tell, but when you slow it down, it is Romanoff. So her hair is longer now. And stuff like that. There's some interesting stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting stuff. I mean,
it definitely wasn't a trailer.
Yeah, it wasn't a trailer. It was a teaser, which is okay. But you know what? I mean, I'm already pumped up about the movie.
Right,
I can't be pumped up anymore because it didn't show me a bunch where I'm like, fangirling out.
But I love it because it's a movie where
I wasn't fangirling.
I took my pants off.
Did you?
No,
straight.
We had a bunch of people over. I had still had my pants on all night.
The thing with this movie is that first of all, it's going to make a ton of money. Second,
of course.
I love that going into this so far, we're not going to know any of the major action scenes.
We don't know anything.
Right. Yeah. And here's the thing with movie trailers and marketing is you can piece together the movie. Like even Infinity War, we were able to piece together a few things.
Yeah.
We didn't have the full picture. We were wrong about a lot of things.
And maybe once we get the last trailer, we'll be able to.
But we still had a general idea of where this movie's going. We had a general idea, this is the beginning of the movie. This is the middle of the movie. And we were like, the Wakanda scene, Titan, that's probably at the end of the movie. Like we had a general idea.
Yep.
For this, you don't have anything. I do think you have stuff that's still in the first act of the movie.
Right.
Which is probably only the first hour, but you don't know what to expect after that, which I like because you can't. For me, when I see movies, there's always some things where like they're trying to hold you in suspense, but I'm like, but I saw a shot in a trailer that hasn't come yet, so I know this character lives. With Avengers Endgame, you can't do that where you say, "Oh my gosh, I don't know if they live."
And playing into that, we're going to have a poll a week up through to Infinity War. I haven't fully done the math, but it's close with the characters that are left, and it's just going to be a simple yes or no question: do they live or do they die? Today's was Iron Man, and he overwhelmingly was not going to die, which I personally agree with. I don't think he dies. I think he
dies. Needs to.
I think
progress the story.
I think one of two things happen, actually. I think he either dies, and I think I lean more towards that the last scene is actually his wedding.
That's what I think. So
this
isn't going to be our main topic tonight, but
I think that would be fitting if you choose not to kill him off. Yeah. You choose to, with everything that's happened with him and Pepper since Iron Man 1, he's tied down, he's chosen, he's married Pepper. You see the Avengers as his groomsmen or whatever, and you see a shot like that.
I'll bring this up again. Maybe in a week or two, we'll do a current Endgame theories episode. So I'll bring it up then.
And plus, Marvel has never done a wedding scene in any of these movies. I think that would be a good.
That would be interesting.
I think that would be an interesting one to do to end his character arc. Say he's a married man and he's done being an Avenger now.
The only scene,
I think he dies.
The best scene in the
but even in a relationship, I don't think Tony Stark has ever stopped necessarily.
No, but here's why. I'll bring it up.
Hero is
here's
what I'm saying.
why I think that it will.
Yeah.
Because I am, highly confident Cap dies, and I think that I think a few things. One, I think Pepper is pregnant. They kind of tease that a little bit in Infinity War.
She needs to be.
I
at
think
some point
she
in time.
is pregnant.
Yeah.
And then two, I think that Cap dies because he never had the family he could. He totally thought that he was going to defeat Red Skull and Hydra and then settle down with Peggy and just live out the rest of Peggy's days and stuff like that and have a family and stuff like that. And I think that he's going to sacrifice. He's going to know they're going to know that what's her face there, Pepper is pregnant.
Yeah,
with Tony's kid, and Cap dies to save Tony so that Tony can have the life Cap never could, and that is what will cause Iron Man to fully stop being Iron Man. He will still be Tony Stark, but he will no longer be Iron Man because he will say, listen, if I go back to being Iron Man, then Cap will have died for nothing.
Mm.
What were you going to say? And then this is the last thing, and then we'll move on to our main
I was
thinking
two things. What if, first of all, we do think there's a time jump. What if Pepper's already had the baby? And
that's true, because if she's pregnant.
Or two, the baby was snapped out of existence.
Oh, my.
Ooh.
That's too dark. I don't know if they're going to go
very
there.
dark.
That would push...
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That pushes a big limit.
That would really... I mean, like, because you don't have to show anything. Like, but obviously, you wouldn't show a baby disappearing from a womb.
But just that she lost the baby.
Yeah.
And I just thought of that.
Right, I don't think
like
they're
where
going
your head's
there.
at, buddy.
No. It would be something.
It would be sad.
I don't think they're going there. I think that's too dark. Marvel has allowed them to do, like, Infinity War had some dark themes to it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Disney will allow Marvel and Feige and then the Russo brothers to go quite that far.
Let's say that they do go a dark route. Could they happen to bring in Dark Avengers later down the line?
Maybe, but I still don't think they're going there.
I don't think this is going to be a very dark movie. I think there's going to be sad moments and emotional
I think
moments.
there's going to be sad moments, but I don't think it'll be dark.
This movie, even Infinity War wasn't a dark movie. It had emotional and engaging moments.
There were lights and sun and stuff like that.
It wasn't dark. Endgame is going to be more heroic on the part of the heroes, but not dark, I don't think.
You're a terrible human being.
Who said that?
You. I'm telling you.
Oh.
You're a terrible human being. That'll be tomorrow's poll. Is Drucker a terrible human being for coming up with a theory that Tony Stark's baby is snapped out of existence in the womb of Pepper Potts?
Wow.
That'll be tomorrow's poll. But let's talk about so we liked it. Tony was the lowest. I mean, and I'm not saying it made me I'm not saying it made me like, oh my gosh, I need this movie. I'm already there. Like I'm already at.
I'm not sure yet, Marvel. You got to convince me.
But so then let's talk about Punisher. Season 2, of course. It came out, 2.5 weeks ago now? Something
it hasn't
like
been
that.
canceled yet.
Yeah.
It's true, and you posted an article. I think it was you that posted an article that they're ready.
They're actually ready for
season 3. Yeah. I don't think we're getting it, and we can talk about that later.
Every single producer of all these shows are all ready for season 3.
So let's give our overall thoughts about it. And just a brief overview of what we thought. We started with Drucker before, so we'll start with you now, Tony. What do you think?
Man, you know what?
And where you put it in the Netflix series, Marvel Netflix series order. Just where would you put it? That too.
I want to put. I don't want to put it too high. Like I want to say that definitely Punisher season 1 was better. Daredevil 1, 2, and 3. Far better than this one, but I want to put it maybe at number 5 actually.
Wow.
Yeah, but I have reasons.
All right,
which I'll go into later. But overall, I thought it was just okay. Like I found myself a little bored from time to time in the middle.
Wow.
But like I said, all those reasons I'll go into later.
Yeah.
But I want to give it like. 6.5.
6.5?
Yeah.
I personally put it below Daredevil Season 3, Daredevil Season 2. And that... Oh, man. It's right there with Daredevil Season 1 for me. You
thought it was better than Season 1 of Punisher?
Of Punisher, yes. And I'll go into why I thought it was better later.
Okay.
When we